Good morning. That is blue sky, and this is the four-wheel drive track layout for round 3 of the 1/10th Offroad BRCA Nationals. Track crew worked hard yesterday evening to get the track changed. So let's take a look. We will run down the straight. That right-hander at the end of the straight has become considerably sharper. It no longer has the... Oh, it does. There's that lump. I was about to say the lump was in there. There it is. Tricky lump, nearly on the line. Well, pretty much on the line at that speed. Lots of cars hopping, running up on two wheels. Run straight over the tabletop and up over the sort of double tree rooty man-made sort of, I don't know what you call that, up in that top left-hand corner. And we're coming around. Open chicane. Left-hander. And you're going to hairpin left across the tabletop up onto the hill like yesterday. Very tricky up there, especially where those two hoses overlap, which just isn't the ideal place for hoses to overlap. Down the hill, short of the tabletop this time, to go back up onto the wall of death. Tabletop with very short down ramp into right-hander. And now we're coming around here, and I know it is bumpy through there. Sort of step up, step down type of thing. Let's see how it looks. I don't know what sort of speed they're going to carry through this corner. Coming down off a tabletop and then back up onto a tabletop. Lots of people might be upping just to land on the top of that. Let's see. So, back up the hill and around to the left. There's a berm in there. I don't know if that's going to play a part of it. Let's see what happens. Back out, a bit of a jump, and then you are down left into a tabletop and back around 90-degree tabletop onto the straight. Ooh, a bit more to it I think than yesterday. Let's go down and get a closer look. Okay, here we are, down the straight, same as yesterday. Bumpy, but not too crazy, and then we get in here. We get initial sort of undulation up and down, and then a dip with this lump. You need to be really tight, and that's tricky in four-wheel drive at speed. Tabletop, straightforward enough, perhaps a flat landing, not sure. Let's see. Bumpy through here just like yesterday, turning right over this double. Some people rolled it. I don't think that's the way to go. Some people just set it up so they could just clear the two. I noticed Ben Smith all day yesterday clearing the two very, very fast. And we are coming around into right-hander. You will see footprints. There is some moisture on the track. The first few heats under the trees, I would say, are going to be a little bit damp, a little bit tricky. And we turn around here now for a left-hander, 90-degree. Now, first real technical aspect of this track, we're going to come up onto the face of this tabletop using the banking and get in at that apex before using the down ramp to fire us out across to here. Now, power down. Tricky here. Bump just here in the shadows on initial entry. Then a slightly different line to yesterday. Can run up a little wider, pulling it in tight to come down the hill. Now, right on the line there, just at the top of the banking, there's a lump, and that's what's throwing a lot of people yesterday. So you see the successful people sort of half ran in the dip, and then once you come out of that, it's power down to this corner. This is not too tight, and then straight across to the wall of death, or the bank corner, or whatever people call it these days. Wall of death sounds a bit childish, but that's what people still seem to call it. It seems straightforward enough. Now this is interesting. very gradual incline on this tabletop to throw you up into the air. And now you've got to get down in here over these bumps and lumps to get back up onto this tabletop. And it's hard to know what people are going to opt for here. I think four-wheel drive will clear it, but they might decide to land on top of that to get set up for this right-hander, which has a big lump on it, big off-camber lump on the apex. Well, let's see what happens. So, try not to get into too much of a fuss about that. And then it's powering across to this hairpin. Now look at the hairpin. On the exit, there's a jump if you go wide. The aim would be to run maybe within 2 foot of the hose here. On exit, just keep it neat, keep away, don't put the car up into the air. And then this is reasonably smooth, nice lump there, that seems okay. Around, and I think this will be power affair, and they will hop from the face of this tabletop all the way down to this apex. To keep it neat, curl it in, and back round onto the straight. Just like yesterday, it's the bumps. It's the bumps that makes this track, and it's the camouflage of the bumps. Very, very tricky. Lee Martin arriving down by the Schumacher banner. There's an SEMCS banner over there as well. Looks good. Okay, well look, there's the track. I'm going to throw the drone up during driver's briefing and get a picture of the crowd. Full entry here today, including Jesse Russell. You might have heard me mention him yesterday. First national. Jesse's only young. He can only be about 7, I would say. I'll have to find out how old Jesse is. He's probably going to say I'm actually 16. But we'll find out about Jesse, and we'll keep an eye on him, see how he gets on today, his first national. So look, there you have it. There's the track. Big thanks, Schumacher, Speedworks, Model Tune, Rude Bits, FF Racing, SEMCS, and Briefcase Graphics. Thank you so much. We're going to go down to the pits and see what news people have to tell me. The news yesterday was all about front tyres, and it was also about people adding front wings, which was interesting. Taking them on, taking them off, putting them on, trying to get into that first corner. Catch us later.